If you think YouTube Shorts will get you monetized faster, think again. If you're new to YouTube or you're still learning YouTube, you should listen up. If it's your first time here, I am sending you a Texas-sized welcome. I am Rachel Thibodeau. I'm an award-winning speaker, Amazon best-selling author, digital brand strategist, dog mom of Olivia Pope Thibodeau, and I run a boutique consultancy and digital strategies institute called Swag Strategy Solutions, where swag is not just cool, although it is kind of cool. It's also an acronym that stands for Strategic Women Achieve Growth. I provide cheat codes to service providers, thought leaders, particularly women, to help them create strong, adaptable brands that thrive in just about any market. This is done by primarily leveraging smart digital strategies to maximize and monetize. If you want to future-proof your brand, you are in the right place. Okay, so let's talk about YouTube Shorts and what my thought process was when I kind of revisited YouTube back in 2023, like early 2023. Because mind you, I've been on YouTube for about 10 years, 9 or 10 years at this point, and really never gained much traction. So I would kind of go away, come back, go away longer, come back, go away even longer. So that's what happened this last time. But I decided to come back around 2023. And one big reason for that is because YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts were still new at that point. They had been rolled out initially like in 2020 or 2021 as a beta, and then rolled out, and that was just rolled out to, I believe, India, and then they were rolled out to the US and pretty much everywhere else later. So early 2023, YouTube Shorts were still pretty new and they were hot. Like a lot of people were using or starting to use Shorts. And of course, this was in response to TikTok. This was YouTube's idea of competing with TikTok. So I thought, okay, I will give it a try. I did. So I put up like 3 shorts, like, in one day or so. And almost immediately, like by the third short, I was getting 1,000 or more views. Now, for some of you, some of you big ballers, who get thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of views, that may not seem like much, but it is. It's much for me. It's much for a number of people, especially small creators, small channels, to get 1,000 and it on some videos 2,000 or more views. Yeah, that got my attention. So I kept on with it. I kept putting out shorts, didn't take a lot of time, and I started to see more of the results I wanted, more views and more subscribers. So it's not just about views. You want some engagement, you want some action taken. So I started to get subscribers too. It was great until it kind of wasn't. I started noticing something, and see, this is why just keep posting, just be consistent is some of the worst advice I've heard. Because no, you don't just keep posting. It's not about you just being consistent within a vacuum. There has to be some strategy. You have to pay attention to what's happening. You gotta pay attention to data and results, my good people, my fellow small creators, small channels, experts, business owners. Data, results matter. So while I was getting more views and subscribers as well, I was not getting watch time. I started noticing not getting a lot of watch time. And if you know about YouTube, it's not all about the number of subscribers for you to get monetized. It also depends on watch hours. And I also noticed I wasn't really getting the subscribers I wanted. This is another problem or potential problem, but I see it a lot with shorts. A lot of times you attract the wrong type of subscriber. But it depends on you. It depends on your content, depends on your main objective, what you're looking to do with YouTube. If you're looking to be a content creator, if you are looking to monetize your content, well, then you may not care as much about the subscribers you get, as long as you get subscribers and they do watch your content, both short term and long term. Although, if it works for you, if you're a celebrity, if you have a big audience elsewhere, then just short form on YouTube may work for you. Or if you're an influencer and you are embracing the influencer model. But if that's not the case, if you're not that well known, or maybe you're not known at all, maybe you are an accountant, maybe you are a photographer, maybe you are a relationship coach, you are looking to build an audience, everybody doesn't already know you, and you are looking to offer your services or products, that is a different model, and that does not necessarily work with shorts. In those cases, making a real connection, building credibility, building relationships, all that matters. That becomes more important in your video content. And that, what I just mentioned, building credibility, trust, relationship, that is not as easily done with shorts. Not to mention, a lot of people who watch your shorts, they are not necessarily going to watch your longer videos. I didn't believe that. Sometimes you have to find out things for yourself. Yeah, I have found that out. A number of my subscribers who subscribe to my shorts, they are not as into my long form content. You need subscribers who are going to be into your long or longer form content, because long form doesn't have to be 30 minutes or more. It doesn't have to be an hour and a half. Long form can be 10 minutes. It can be 12 minutes. It can even be 6 or 7 minutes. Just considerably longer than a short. And another disadvantage, or I consider it to be a disadvantage with shorts, shorts require 10 million, not 10,000, not 10,000, 10 million views in 90 days. They're not giving you a year. They're not giving you 6 months. They want you to get 10 million views in 90 days. I'm not saying that's impossible. It certainly is not. But for most content creators, for most YouTubers, especially new YouTubers, small YouTubers, that is challenging. It is tougher. That tends to require more virality. You need videos to go viral, and you really shouldn't have to depend on going viral for you to monetize. I don't care what you've been told. So I don't know if this has been your experience. The title, or what I put on the thumbnail, is YouTube Shorts. Are they I what did I put? I forgot what I named this video, but it's something along the lines of, are YouTube Shorts working for you? Are they doing you dirty? I don't know. You can answer that question. Look at your own channel, and if you've been mostly doing YouTube Shorts or only YouTube Shorts, how is that working in terms of watch time? Not necessarily subscribers. You may certainly be getting the subscribers, but what about the watch time? So I'm not saying to stop doing YouTube Shorts altogether, but I am saying you should probably do considerably less. Just maybe sprinkle in a few shorts here and there. And when you do that, it's a great idea to attach that short to a longer video. There's a place in your shorts where you can add a related video. So if you did a longer video on a topic, then make a short about that. And of course, you can break up that longer video into shorter clips, and so use one of those clips as your short, but then you can reference that longer video, so that hopefully people will want to know more. They'll be interested enough to want to see the whole video. that can be a great strategy. If you've been struggling with YouTube, I encourage you to keep going. But I don't say that again just in a vacuum. I'm not the one saying just keep going, just keep posting, just keep. No, you should be strategic. You should continue to learn, pay attention to what's working and what's not. Look at your data. But no doubt, YouTube has a lot of potential. YouTube has more of the streaming platforms, more views, more of the market share of streaming platforms than anything else. That includes Netflix. Yeah, YouTube has more views than Netflix. It commands like 21% of the streaming share, the streaming market, versus Netflix 16%. So, you guys, a lot of people are on YouTube. There's a lot of eyeballs on YouTube. And a lot of this started back in the pandemic and it has gradually increased. I really think it has gone to another level, yet another level, in the last couple of years. When you think about the success of Arisa Tisa from TikTok, yes, she blew up on TikTok, but still, that's a social media platform versus Netflix or Hulu or something like that. You think about Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp's podcast, and the episode in particular with Cat Williams that has almost 90 million views and still counting. That's a lot of eyeballs. A lot of people are tuning in to YouTube now more than ever. And again, I just want to reiterate the other great thing about longer form content. And those are some examples. You think about podcasts, you think about this longer type of content like what Risa Tisa did, and that was 10 minutes. Each of those videos were 10 minutes. But you can still break that up. You can chop that up into 1 minute, 2 minutes. You can chop that up into 5 minutes, 7 minutes. That's what a lot of these big podcasters and other content creators are doing. You think about someone like Shannon Sharp with his podcast. You think about Roland Martin. You think about Joe Rogan. What they do with those long episodes, and some of you think, oh, those episodes go on forever. It's an hour, it's an hour and a half, it's 2 hours. Although you think about the views, somebody is watching those episodes, if not in entirety. Some people are, though. Some people are. Me and my husband watched the Cat Williams episode, not in one sitting, I'll give you that. It took us maybe 2 or 3 days to watch it, but we did watch all of it. But even if people are watching half, even if they're watching a quarter of these long episodes, still views. But those longer episodes, that longer form content allows you to chop it up and then you can use the shorter pieces of content and then get more views. Like a number of these podcasts, that's what they're doing. They're taking 10 minutes from an hour podcast. They're taking 20 minutes from an hour and a half episode and just uploading those shorter videos, and then those videos get more views. Y'all, that's all feeding into monetization. And I know what some of you are thinking. Some of you are thinking, well, those are celebrities. They're big names. They're interviewing big names. I get that, but that's not the case with all big creators and all podcasts that are doing really well. It's really just about creating interesting, unique, engaging content. Maybe you're not a celebrity, but you know some local celebrities. Maybe you yourself is a local celebrity. Maybe you go and you interview people in the grocery store and find out what is it that they're there to get. What is it that they cannot live without? How are they dealing with the increase in prices? There's all kinds of stuff that you can talk to people about that other people are interested in. And if you think they're not, you would be wrong, because all you have to do is look around YouTube, look around TikTok at the kind of content that does go viral and that does attract tens of thousands and a lot of times hundreds of thousands of followers and subscribers. People are curious. Some people are just downright nosy. Like we're experiencing a lot of layoffs between federal layoffs, federal government layoffs, layoffs from the private sector. You could talk to people who have recently been laid off, or maybe not so recently. Talk to people who have been out of work for 6 months or longer. How are they dealing with that? How are they coping? That could be a podcast, that could be a video series. So let me know if this has been helpful, if this resonated with you. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the comments. I definitely invite you, if you have not already done so and you find value in this, not to mention if you are a small business owner, particularly a woman, an expert, a reluctant content creator, and you're looking to leverage digital strategies, smart digital strategies to monetize and maximize, you should absolutely subscribe. And if you want more actionable help with developing a plan, developing a strategy, not just for videos, not just for content, but a strategy to really turn your content, turn your ideas, turn your education, your expertise, your experience, and your flaws to turn it into income, turn it into some dollars, then you want to know more about Operation Help Me Monetize or Revenue Ready. Either of those could work for you. So again, drop it in the comments. And until next time, take care and take some action.